Welcome to the Burrow. It's your host, Lala Bunny, head trader at Bimbo Trading Academy. And the topic for today's video is a margin call. Now, I'm actually in the middle of a margin call right now, and I'm not freaking out. So, I thought this was like the worst case scenario, but I see that it's something I can easily bounce back and recover from. My broker is Robinhood. Now, in order to qualify for a margin account, you need to have a balance of at least $2,000. And once I hit that $2,000, Robinhood gave me margin, about $1,000 worth, but it wasn't given all at once. I had to like purchase stock. Basically, the margin allows me to purchase more stocks. Actually, I can also just take the money out as cash. So if you actually need to give yourself like a small loan, you can open up a margin account with Robinhood, and they'll actually loan you the money on like I think it's around 6% interest right now. It's between 5 and 7 usually, and that's actually a better interest rate than a credit card. It's better than some personal loans. It's better than some used car loans. So if you wanted to, you could actually use this as a way to purchase car or any other big thing in your life, like a laptop, something that you need. So in order to maintain this margin loan, you have to maintain that initial balance of $2,000. Now, there's something called a margin requirement and a margin maintenance. I believe margin initial requirement and then maintenance. Yes. And that 2000 is non-negotiable. If you drop below that, you're going to lose access to those borrowed funds. And that's what's happening to me right now. So we are in the first week of March of 2025. And if you follow the stock market, you'll know that the stock market is down right now. Now, my brokerage account, my balance, the highest I've ever had in that account was about $2,800. And I recently had to pull money out. I had to buy a phone. I had to replace my phone. I have to pay my bills through that account. My brokerage account kind of acts as my emergency fund. That's all the money I have. It's the biggest chunk of money that I have. So because I had to get that, drop it lower, I was getting closer and closer to that margin call. And last week, my balance was around $2,200. So I only had that $200 buffer. It's like your margin buffer. And normally that's fine. And I know my stocks like fluctuate within a range and they usually recover and I'm making money day trading, well, swing trading. And so normally that's fine. But the stock market has dipped recently. And I've seen my account drop by about $50 every single day. So that 2,200 went to like 2,150, 2,100, 2,050, 2,000. I don't know if I said that right. And then now, so yesterday, for the first time since I've had the account, it dropped below my margin maintenance and I got an actual margin call. And I was able to deposit a little bit of money and I thought that was enough to bring it up. And it was yesterday. But they didn't restore my margin yet. I believe you probably have to, I don't know the details, but I believe you have to maintain that level for at least a day. Because if it dips below, then they said that I cannot open new positions until I bring it back up. And I did bring it back up yesterday. But what happened this morning? So pre-market, everything looked good. And then at 9:30, boom, my account dropped another $50. And then throughout the day, it dropped by $100. So I was like, how am I going to get out of this hole? And then luckily, it just came back up now. Just as the afternoon progressed, it came back up. So I'm back above the 2000 level, the 2000. So I'm good. So if it closes, if by the time the market closes at, what is this, 4? By the time the market closes, if I'm above that 2000 level, I should be okay. And what I want to see is if Robinhood will give me that margin account sort of back, because right now on my account it says margin is still enabled, but it does say I have a deficit and I have to like deposit funds. Now, when you get that margin call, the amount of funds I would have to deposit to restore my account would be like $1,300. I don't have that. So what I'm hoping is that I want to see in the next few days if I can bring the account up, what happens. And my number one fear, I thought that the minute I dropped below that 2000 mark, I thought Robinhood was going to auto liquidate my positions. And they can do that. As a broker, they do have the right to do that. So what I was worried about with that is that, they don't care whether you're in a winning position, a losing position, or perhaps a position that like, they don't care about your strategy. They don't really care. They just want their money back. So what I was scared of was that they were going to liquidate $1,300 worth of my stocks. And that's okay, because what would happen when they liquidate that is I'd still be left with the money I have in my account, that initial chunk. So yeah, it's borrowed money. So I'm borrowing from Robinhood. They're allowing me to buy securities, but the total value of my account must stay above 2000. So we'll see what happens in the next few days. But surprisingly, I'm not freaking out, and it wasn't like the worst thing that ever happened to me. And I was like, oh, I will totally recover from this. And if you're an investor and this has ever happened to you, if you're new, like a margin call is kind of the death knell. And what you don't want happening is a margin call of like $10,000, and there's just no way for you to put that money back in there. And like it can get scary when you're using leverage and margin. But for me, I'm still right on the cusp. So if I just put in like $50 today, I could bring it up. But the thing is, I don't have $50. I don't. So actually, I recently, because I got the new phone, I'm locked out of some of my other accounts. I can't access them right now. I'm trying to switch over. Like, how ironic is it that you have to get the code to get into your account? They're like, we will text a code to your phone number ending in da da da. That's my old phone number that I can't access that phone anymore. So now I'm setting up new accounts. And honestly, Robinhood was the easiest one to get back into, but I had to submit a picture of my license to prove that it's me. Then E-Trade, I was on the phone with them. And they got me back into my account, and they said it was going to take 48 hours. But the customer service guy, I was like, look, I need to make a trade right now. You need to get me in. And I was able to answer my security question. He was able to get me in my account, but that was temporary. And now a few of my bank accounts are doing this thing where they're like, okay, what number do you want us to send this new code to? And I give them my number, and they're like, oh, that doesn't match your name. Like basically my billing, but my name is on the bill. It's from Verizon, but it's not in the system yet because it's a brand new number. I think over time that might resolve itself. So basically, I have money that I can't even access right now. And I would have to spend the whole day on customer service just to get it. So these are trials and tribulations. It's a bad time to get locked out of my account just because the stock market, like I would have been fine, but the market is kind of tanking right now. And I think people are scared and pulling their money out, but this is a good time to buy. If I had the money right now, I'd put another $1,000 in the stock market right now. It's a good time to buy. So we will see if the margin loan, like if it resolves itself. If it doesn't in the next few days, if they just cancel it and I'm back to cash, that could actually be better for me because then I can day trade with the cash. So right now I can't day trade. I have a restriction because I'm on the margin account, but there's some advantages to being on the margin account. That's why I'm keeping the margin account. So I just wanted to do this video to document my journey because I know I'm going to be a successful trader. So I want to show that even someone who is successful, if you look back on her old videos, she actually dealt with a margin call. It's not the end of the world. Um, I also wanted to put this out there because I don't actually know what happens with how it resolves itself. Like, I don't know how many days the broker gives you in order to resolve your account. I don't know how much time. I think it could be a few hours, it could be a few days, it could be at their discretion, it could be case by case basis. I don't know. So if you ever experienced a margin call with Robinhood, let me know how that went for you. I don't know if people end up just closing their accounts because they're not able to make good on the money they owe to the broker. I don't know if the broker submits that to collections. I don't know what happens with that. And I've never been through that. And partially, I was living on the edge with this margin, and I was wanting to see what happened if I did get a margin call because I want to know how to proceed. So basically, all that happened is I got the alert and they just said deposit funds, and they did not liquidate my positions yet. Now, if it was down for a few days, I think they would have to. They would just force sell off my positions where I wouldn't have a choice. I couldn't even select which ones. So right now it's like a wait and see and hope the market recovers a bit and see if, so I'm going to start doing Instacart to try to get a little more money, and I'm going to put that money in my account so that I don't have to worry about that margin call, probably ever again. But, I'm a newbie trader. It's my first year, and a lot of my gains have been wiped out just because the market's not performing well right now. But I know I can get them back because of all that I've learned. So it is a choppy market, but don't get too discouraged. And we've seen worse. And yeah, I mean, just I want to connect with the trading community, so I'd love to hear just anyone's input on this. And as you know, this is a good time to what's it called, pitch my merch. What's it called? Something like that. But I do make merch for traders, and my motto is be comfy while you trade. So it's like sweatpants, sweatshirts, really t-shirts, basic stuff. But I also have journals, mugs, and hats, and a duffel bag. So if you're interested in any of that, I mean, if you're gonna buy a new hoodie anyway, support a fellow trader, and it would be very unique if you're walking around with that merch. I mean, no one else has it right now on the planet. So just I want to connect with the trading community. I'm when I have some money, I'm gonna order my own merch and kind of model it. I'm excited for it, and not a good time to pitch my coaching, but I'll pitch it out there anyway. So I can mentor and coach traders, and I say this is a great example that I can stay level headed through a margin call. I'm not about to just harm myself due to this. I understand that there's ebb and flows in the market. I understand that sometimes you get knocked down, and there are people who they hit that once they get that PDT, once they hit 25K, they try to maintain that in their account so they can day trade, and then sometimes you get knocked down. You have to build it back up, and you got to grind again because no one else is going to do it for you. So you just got to get out there, hustle, and do anything you can to try to get that money back up so you can continue to do what you know that you can do, which is be profitable in these markets. Yeah, we have a lot of obstacles as traders. A lot of us don't come from a lot of money. And even if you did, a lot of times those people, like, if they have a lot of money to start with, they lose a lot because they're playing too loosely with their money. So if you have a little bit of funds, that's when risk management is key. And if you get good at that, I think you'll be unstoppable. That later in your life, like if you learn the skills of trading, those are lifetime skills. And as long as you have that knowledge, then once the money starts coming in, you got to hustle from other sources. Unfortunately, we can't all just be full-time traders right away. But if you have a side hustle or main career, whatever it is, just keep putting your own money into your account and keep messing with it. And when it's your own money on the line, you're going to make the best decisions with it. I generally wouldn't trust my money with other people because I'm the one who's going to monitor it very closely, and I'm the one who wants the best outcome for me. So I would never use a financial advisor. I just never would. But I think learning about stocks is very empowering. I didn't start learning till I was 36, but really 37. Um, and I'm 38 now. So basically, I'm one of those people who, like, in my 40s, I believe I'm going to have a really strong decade, and I'm getting really serious about my money. I'm going to build an emergency fund. I'm just going to hustle until I make it. So I hope, I know I rambled. Um, I say a lot. I haven't been able to train that out of me yet. And this YouTube journey is not easy. So this is a vent session. I mean, I post a video and it gets like 2 views. So if you're a creator, don't get frustrated by that either. The people who win in life are the ones who have grit and resilience and don't really care what's going on around them. They just have their blinders on and they're focused. So I'm gonna just keep putting out videos. Yes, my videos look weird and strange, like this one, but look at the colors. It's so awesome, really awesome. I'm different, so I'm going to be different. And my approach to investing is different. And can't wait. I know no one's going to want to listen to me until I'm on the other side of success, until I can look back and say, hey, I'm a successful trader and this is what I did. And then they're going to go back and look at all my old videos and try to follow my journey. So that's why it's important to mark these milestones on this journey. And today's milestone is margin call. All right. Happy trading, y'all. I love you guys. Bye. Guys and girls and ladies and everyone. Very inclusive. Bye.